Commercial truck insurance buyers are asking AI systems to compare carriers, explain coverage, surface pricing context, and recommend providers. That changes the visibility problem. The issue is whether a carrier appears with enough trust, specificity, and third-party evidence to earn a recommendation when a fleet manager or owner-operator is forming a shortlist. Hey, I'm Mark Huntley, founder and CEO of CiteWorks Studio. At CiteWorks Studio, we study how brands show up across Google, AI answers, and the public sources buyers trust before making decisions, and how that visibility turns into credible citations, comparisons, and recommendations. The benchmark studies commercial truck insurance across ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, Perplexity, Google AI Mode, and Google AI Overviews. It looked at 501 observations across discovery, comparison, and alternatives, and pricing and quotes prompts. The market pattern is clear. AI systems are compressing buyer choice into a small set of recommended carriers. In traditional search, several carriers can be visible at once. In AI-led discovery, the buyer often receives 3 to 5 names ranked and explained. That makes recommendation stage visibility a strategic growth issue, especially in high-intent prompts. The strongest overall recommendation leader in the benchmark is the Hartford. It appears in 75.6% of all responses and earns valid recommendation coverage in 52% of observations. Its top 3 rate is 43.5%, and its average recommended rank is 2.32. That combination gives the Hartford the broadest and most consistent recommendation stage position in the category. Progressive Commercial has a different strength. It wins the top position more often than any other measured carrier with a rank 1 rate of 20.5% and the best average recommended rank in the dataset at 1.65. It performs especially well on Gemini, where it ranks first in 36.3% of prompts. So the competitive picture has 2 lanes. The Hartford dominates total recommendation coverage, while Progressive Commercial wins rank 1 precision. One of the most important lessons in commercial truck insurance is the gap between being mentioned and being recommended. Nationwide appears in 32.8% of responses and earns recommendation coverage of 22.3%. Byberk appears in 28.7% of responses and earns recommendation coverage of 20%. Both are present and positively framed, and Byberk has the highest net sentiment score in the category at 0.85. But neither carrier closes the gap on the top 2 for shortlist dominance. Simply Business shows another version of the issue. It appears in 15.3% of responses, but earns valid recommendation coverage of only 7.1%. That means visibility exists, but the AI systems are less often advancing it into a shortlist quality recommendation. For leadership teams, the metric to watch is recommendation coverage, top 3 rate, and rank 1 rate, rather than raw mentions alone. The report points to the public evidence layer as a major factor in AI recommendation behavior. AI systems retrieve, synthesize, and cite public sources when forming answers. That means official carrier content, comparison pages, editorial reviews, review aggregators, directories, forums, regulatory references, and search visible content all become part of the citation architecture. The Hartford appears to benefit from broad official content, comparison site coverage, insurance-specific editorial reviews, and review aggregator presence. Progressive Commercial benefits from high-intent content around pricing and quotes, which aligns with decision stage prompts. The benchmark names sources such as NerdWallet, Value Penguin, business insurance directories, fleet management forums, Reddit threads from trucking communities, government and regulatory references, and review platforms as part of this ecosystem. In AI search visibility, those public sources help determine which carriers are retrieved, how they are framed, and whether they earn recommendation credit. GEICO Commercial is the most extreme example of the risk. Despite national consumer brand recognition, it appears in only 0.8% of responses and earns exactly 1 valid recommendation across all 1,501 observations. Its modeled monthly AI authority value is $9,000 compared with the Hartford's $387 million. The report is careful that modeled value is an estimate based on commercial intent proxies. It is not revenue, pipeline, or booked sales, but it does show where AI-mediated buyer attention is flowing. The larger point is that brand awareness in one market does not automatically transfer into recommendation power in a specialized commercial vertical. Commercial truck insurance requires evidence around fleets, owner-operators, cargo liability, vehicle classifications, and coverage specifics. The leadership takeaway is straightforward. If your team competes in commercial truck insurance, you need prompt-level monitoring, recommendation stage metrics, and a clear view of the sources shaping AI answers. The opportunity is to improve the citation footprint that supports recommendations. Stronger category-specific owned content, better third-party validation, clearer entity information, and more credible comparison and review coverage. AI-led discovery is becoming a shortlist engine. The carriers that build the strongest public evidence layer will be better positioned when buyers ask AI which commercial truck insurance provider to trust.